it's gonna work. Yay! Hi guys, welcome to Weed Wednesday Patient Stories. We are coming to you live from Bridget's Cannabis Corner in Missoula, Montana. Thanks for joining us. This is my friend Shane Stamper. We've got an awesome story tonight. Shane's gonna tell us what he's been through and how cannabis has helped him in his life. Let's start out with some shout outs here. Hey, Robert was the first one in the house. Hi, John. Thanks for joining me. Hi, James. Hi, Walter. Hey, neighbor. Colby's in the house.
Oh, Colby.
Hi, Beth. I want to make sure everybody is sharing this out, and I'm going to do that right now while we get people checking in. Shane, you read the comments. Hi, Tony.
Tony Ray, what up? Tony Ray says, hey, Bridget. Stacy Pierce is watching. What up, Stacy? Hey, guys, I'm listening to Robert. All right, cool. You listening? Well, we speaking. Much love, the Cannabis Army. Nice. I like that one. Cannabis Army. That's a good one. I got to remember that one.
Yeah, that's one of my groups. That's a good one.
Vicky Cooper says, hey, what up, Vicky? What up, Lisa Demery?
That's my sister in New York. Hey, sister.
Maryland. Wow, I haven't been there in years. That's like 20, something like that. Actually, yeah, 15 years old. I'm already in my 30s. That's been a minute. Almost. So about 15 years.
I've never been there.
Yeah, it's all right. Everybody's got an opinion.
Yep. Sorry, guys. I have to log into the Wi-Fi here and share all my stuff. Okay. Who else do you see in the house, Shane?
We got Max Steinberg is watching. What's up, man? Welcome. Who else? We got Lisa from New York.
Woo-hoo!
Never been there. Not yet. Maybe one day. Maybe.
I hope to go someday.
Thinking about it. Don't know yet.
A lot of people for me.
Heard a lot of stories, but I've heard some good ones, some bad ones. Just not New York City. I'll pass.
We're from Montana, where we have more land than people.
See, Heather Richmond is watching. What's up, Heather?
Hi, Heather.
John Ronsky just popped up. What up, John? What's up, Eric Andrew Jackson Brewer? Try to say that 10 times fast, it won't work for me.
Yep, me either.
Got a good name, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yep, that's a really good name.
Upper Michigan. Marie Martin. Nice. In the boonies. Not in New York City, around the boonies, huh?
Yeah.
I've lived in the boonies, so I kind of know how that is. I've also lived in the ghetto.
Yep.
So in my past, that's what part of the story is about. You'll find out.
We are definitely in the boonies here. But it's nice. People say there's no room for anybody else in Montana. That's total bullshit. You guys come to Montana if you want to. We'd love to have you. Right, Shane?
There's an old saying we have here. We have stickers to prove it. We just don't have one right now. It says get lost in Montana.
Yep.
Or love Montana. Love, not hate.
Yep.
You know? So.
Amen to that, brother.
Mitch Brester is watching.
Hey,
what's up,
that's
Mitch?
my cousin. Hi, Mitch. John's from Cody, Wyoming. Yeah, you're kind of out there too.
That's my cousin's name, the one that was supposed to be having my name.
Oh.
Yep.
Mitch?
My uncle's favorite movie was Shane.
Oh.
The old Western movie.
That's a good one.
And I still get picked on. Shane, come back. Really? Maybe later.
Well, and then, so at Starbuds, we have stamp cards. So I always call them stampers. Well, this is Shane Stamper. So whenever he's in the dispensary, I'm like, hey, Stamper! Oh!
And then when she hits the stamps, hey, man, couldn't use my name in vain, man. Bye, man. Dave's not here, man. Bye, man.
Awesome. So I'm going to give some shout outs to our groups. Let's give a huge shout out to the Ganji Revolution, the Canna Crusaders, Canaan's 420 Ministry, Ganji Lovers, Pennsylvania, California, Montana, Vet Meds Matter, Medivets, James Bradley, Strange Haze Glass. You guys make sure you guys get in on this scavenger hunt. It's pretty awesome. There's a really cool prize at the end. You can get information from www.strangehazeglass.com. So check it out. The number for my show is 323. So thank you guys all for watching. We are just outside of the fair in our town. It just started tonight, so we are giving up Indian tacos to do this show.
You make me feel guilty, man.
I know, right? It's very important. It's totally worth missing Indian tacos, and maybe by the time we're done, we'll run over and they'll still have a couple. We'll try. We'll give it a whirl. All right, guys. So we're just gonna get into it. We're not gonna make it a super long show. It's super hot here, and we have all been up and going for 12 plus hours. So, but this is a really important story. I think it's very important for people to be able to see the face of the person that we're telling the story of. We have some amazing stories, and there's a lot of people out there that feel like they're alone, that they're the only people going through something, and I want people to know that you're not alone. There's a lot of people out here. We are all out here, and there's a lot of us who are going through the same things that you are. So make sure you tag a loved one in this. Tag 5 loved ones in this. If there's somebody that is hurting in your life, share this with them privately. It doesn't have to be a public thing. We don't do these videos for popularity. We do these to reach people, to save lives. So for us, the numbers don't matter. As long as we reach that one person that needs to hear this information, that's the goal. So, Canagrammy's in the house. Hey. Shane, I think you can rewatch Frost's shows. So go to his page and check it out. Jay Frost. Check it out. I'm sure he has the number in there. If not, shoot him a private message. Hit it hot. Well, unfortunately, we are in public, so legally we're not allowed to smoke in public. So we will not be smoking during this show. We did have a little bit, and we'll have some after, but
I know it bums me out, trust me.
We're all about following the rules. We want this to be legal. The more people that break the law, it just makes it harder for those of us that are trying to change the laws. So we're all about being legal here. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Thank you, Shane, so much for being willing to do this. You have an amazing story. It brought me to tears. I really appreciate you coming out to share people. Sorry, I have coffee breath.
I don't think mine's any better.
No, it's fine. The wind's going down your way.
When you're about to lose 3 teeth and half the teeth, or the next, pretty much almost all your teeth the next 10 years, I don't think mine's any better. Mine already busting out.
Mine too. I've got a cracked one back here. So, Shane, maybe if you can just tell us how cannabis has saved your life. How has it changed your life? If you did not have cannabis, what would your life be like?
Honestly, I'd probably still be, this is just my opinion, but I'll either still be using hard drugs and alcohol or I'd be dead. I was born a chronic alcoholic, unfortunately, because my mother drank with me in the womb. My father feeding me beer from the age of newborn until I was a year and a half, and I faced on and off until I was 26, and I'm now 32. So for 5 years and 7 months, I've been clean and sober off alcohol. I tried drinking moderation. It just didn't work out. Except for like a glass of wine here and there. You got to have some healthy for the stomach.
Yeah.
I got acid reflux, so it actually helps clears it out here and there. So every once in a while, I feel that okay. But I did that with a lot of hard drugs, and I mixed. And you've heard my story, Bridget. I used to take 2-3 fists, a half gallon, 2-3 30 racks, 5-10 hydro snorted up my nose. Maybe later on, add a van or 2 or 3 down orally, maybe snorting, usually orally, so I didn't overdo it. And I've OD'd several times, not to the point of falling on the floor. I puked hardcore. But for 26 years, basically, I faced hardcore addictions in my life. I was labeled every mental health medication that could ever, that medication, but mental health label almost every. I've had documents I've seen. I'm schizophrenic, paranoid schizophrenic, and this and this and this and this, bipolar, ADHD. Dang man. It's like, if I'm that, well, why am I here? You know, I've had to look at people and call them a quack through my ears, and it's like, you're a quack if you want to think I have this much. It ended up being just post-traumatic stress disorder, which started at 8 years old. I was playing Mortal Kombat and gave me nightmares, and it just continued from there. And then it continued into things that were happening, an abusive lifestyle I had to face growing up. And that's what caused me to be an alcoholic. My mom still thought I had a lot of problems. She didn't want to face her alcoholism. I was manipulated to the point where, and forced. I mean, I'm a kid, I have no choice, you know, a teen. I ended up running away at 17 due to it all finally. Almost 18. Because I had so much mental health medications that were just making adverse effects, making me worse. I gained weight because I'm like 40 pounds in 2 weeks. I've lost 40 pounds in 2 weeks. I mean, I've had 2 heart attacks, and I'm 32 years old. The second was at 26, first was at 21. Because of all the things and divorces, I've faced a hard life. I definitely wouldn't have been able to face without cannabis, because as of about a year ago, all the things I've had to deal with in life, including still fighting for my kids now, and unfortunately facing homelessness due to injuries. And I still do whatever it takes to bust my butt every day when I can. I've actually inspired my community, and I have 5 top reference letters as a homeless person, where most people in this community do not. And I don't see it as, of course, like prideful, don't get me wrong. I brag about it in a way to show, hey, I did this because this is what cannabis did for me, and I believe there's some up there. Everybody can believe what they want. I believe in, Yah. I believe Yah is real, and, she gave me a better life. A year ago, I eliminated post-traumatic stress disorder. Just recently, in the last month, I was ready to, after 17 years since I was 15, hang myself. I sent Bridget that picture of the news. I'm done. I couldn't deal with the stress or the pressure of inspiring my community and trying to get my kids back under a heavy case I'm facing. Just broke me. And I was that close, and I'm still that close, but I told her I was ready to give, and she had no words, but I could just feel her parents like, you better get in here, Shane, kind of thing, one day. And I'm like, do I want to go in? No, maybe, yes, no, maybe so. No, I don't want to do it, but okay, I'm going anyways.
Well, and
I finally came in.
I'm glad that you came in, because a lot of us, when we're dealing with that, we want to hide. We want to crawl into a little hole and hide away. So the hardest thing is to reach out for help.
Yep, and I've reached out to many friends. They pushed me away. Other people, I got put in the hospital. It's like, there's no love there. Just, here, take this. Take this now. Another 2 weeks later, here, take 4 of these. Take 4 more medications to top it off. It got so bad they just never listened, and now I put my foot down, and I've said, you know what, keep that crap away from me. Like, I've told the doctors now, I have my medical cannabis card, and what it's done, freed me from addiction, saved me from 2 heart attacks, got me back to my normal thinking state, and, many years of this. I mean, there's only one easy way and hard way to say it. You would have had to take a walk in my shoes to see the hell I faced, and most people have called me a miracle for what I've been through. I mean, I shouldn't be walking. I have 6 back injuries. My left leg is an inch and a half shorter than my right, and due to cannabis, I can work, I can walk, I've been able to do labor again. But facing a lot of hardships, when your body starts catching up, what I'm facing right now, I still find the courage to keep going. Now, suicide has in the last week and a half, 2 weeks roughly, just disappeared finally. This is what cannabis has done. Every other medication gave me half of my problems. Cannabis took it away. And just a lot of prayer time. It wasn't just the medicine. I meditate. I do a lot of things. I pray. I serve my community. I do good things. I'm currently getting ready to do children's ministry. And, starting that up. I've attended several churches and helped them, inspire them. I mean, I've been the one dude in Missoula that everybody kind of looks up to, but kind of leaves alone because of what I've been through, and I'm still facing some things. Like the post-traumatic stress disorder went away, but I got reoccurring trauma. So I'm kind of facing like current things from the past, but just current with certain people, but it's like so slowed off now because of how much I've had to fight. And the perseverance, like I said, meditation, praying, I do music, I'm a singer-songwriter. I do poetry, I go out and I've inspired Bridget, and like I said, I put her in tears. I do this because I know what it's like all my life to have nothing, to be abused, to have to face a hard life and then have nothing. Recently, actually, I'm just starting over. I was judged because of my past so much by my community until they realized the last 3 years what I'd become. And it started over 6 years ago when I left gangs and drugs and alcohol behind because of the hard, abusive life I had to face, the troubling childhood. And, people even ragged on me for medical marijuana. And my mom even one day did, for years. And then she finally looked at me and she's like, wait, he's calm. He can think, he can work, he can be productive. He's happy. Wow, wait, okay, keep it, But I don't talk to her anymore due to her alcoholism. I come from a long line family. I've broken that curse. It's been, like I said, 5 years and 7 months since I've been an alcoholic.
Which is really hard to do. I've done the same thing. I come from a family of alcoholics, both sides, and I never acquired a taste, but I did feel that addiction my whole life. So I think it's good to point out also when you can help break that cycle when you come from such a long line of addicts and abuse.
And it's a good feeling, but it takes a long road, and it hurts, especially when you face it. And Bridget, you told me your story, how you faced it too. And I'll agree with you so much, same. It hurts. You got to go through a long process of healing, of forgiving yourself. You don't want to forgive them, but you have to in order to move on. So you're not angry about it anymore. It's not forgiving what they did. It's just forgiving the situation, forgiving
and letting go,
and letting go from there.
That
That last moment that happened, and just instead of like walking forward traumatized, now you're walking forward feeling better. It's like, what, I can't focus on this no more. I'm past that. It's years ago, but it takes support. And recently, Bridget, and her husband's become one of my biggest support system. And I've had nothing. I got 4 friends, literally. I went from multiple people, having friends, and everybody loving me, down to half the people hate me because I have to do what I have to do. And half the people in my community, I face attacks for serving my community sometimes. Verbal, never physical so far, few tried. But I have to stand my ground with them to say, hey, I've come from that life, and it's some of those people still in that life that want to fight me. But they don't understand why I do so much. I've helped several people get off addictions just by talking to what I've been through with my story. I prayed for people, not necessarily religiously or of religion. I'm not like that. I'm Gypsy and Romani, so I'm 2 out of 14 original heritages here. So we do things not in the art of religion. We do in faith, spiritually.
Born in Germany, by the way.
Yep, and I'm also an unrestricted dual citizen because unfortunately, and I'm not going to be nice about it, because he won't change his life and everybody's a loser to him and he's a cat man, but my alcoholic piece of shit father put me through this. I can't say I'm not condemning him, because I've done things in my life because of what I've had to go through, lean to that, having to change my way of thinking and relearn life the right way. And I've had really no support. I've had to learn most of it on my own, except for little teachings and finding my way in a lot of meditation prayers. Like, well, where do I go? How do I do this? Tears.
Well, and I think
beating myself up.
That's a huge part of the struggle is, how do I do this? What am I supposed to do when you have parents that are bad examples? I mean, those are who you're supposed to look up to, and when they're bad examples, I think for me, and tell me if this is kind of for you, they were very good examples for me of what not to be.
Yep.
So for me, that's kind of, I looked at my parents like, I never want to be like that. I don't ever want to treat people that way. I would never choose a substance over my kids. Just, I think that kind of helps those.
And I started turning into my parents for a while when I was in those days, and that's where I started thinking, what am I doing? I can't do this. I was using hard drugs and alcohol with my oldest. And that's what actually caused me to change that deep down pain in my heart. It's like, no. Like my oldest son, he's almost 12. He knows I smoke. He knows. And he knows what it's done for me. He's watched me help serve churches. He's volunteered with me 3 years ago. And I'm fine for him back to see, too. And he's seen what it's like. His mom and stepdad agree with it now. It took them, but they're kind of crooked too. I got to go against them again. But still, they've seen the effects, and they positively noted it for a while. I was like, wow, he is a lot different person. Look at where he's come. I mean, I have 3 injuries in my lower back, to the point now, a 4th one actually, I should say, that was recent MRI. I got another one in my lower that's connected to my tailbone. I've been told by doctors I'll probably end up in a wheelchair by the time I'm mid-30s or 30s to 40s. I'm 32 now. But I'm still going. I just have to give up on labor, which I have. I've gone supervisory with general security, supervisory with, labor, supervisory with kitchen. I've retired those to realize, and Canada's actually has helped me slow down in life. It's helped me think. It's helped me be like, well, how do I get to where I need a better life? Like, the one thing I dreamed of, even as a kid, I played violin. I did better things, but years of abuse finally broke me in my 20s. and plus the divorce of Constantine and not seeing all the sun and being condemned and falsely imprisoned. And I won that case, fired my public defender, see it, dude. I ain't been to none. And won, and I always believe the grace of God was on me. But I've done this, for years I was kind of selfish, but then after my heart attacks and my back injuries, anything something bad, I love more now. It's like every time something bad happens to me, I love, or I do truth, tough love, unconditional, whatever I gotta do. In certain situations, like I show more honor than anything in what I do towards others because, I remember my heritage, like partly, Gypsies and Romani were naturally selfless people. I mean, we faced the Holocaust, we faced that, and I just look at me, I'm just a white boy Gypsy. Everybody else, you got these dark-skinned London cultures, I'm just a mix, I'm just a white boy. I'm literally 157. So I can crack that joke properly. And I do this kind of stuff like these advocate, like I'm now an advocate, and Bridget has helped me become there. Like I said, I've started my community, I've done, it's my 4 children's ministry, I'm doing but my active one for a church, and I've done other things in the church to help them. I've helped other people in churches come clean with their addiction, say it's okay to be honest. That's one thing I'm taught. I was too ashamed to talk about what I went through for years, and every time I tried to talk about, finally everybody pushed me out. There's like, they thought I was crazy. Like, well, we don't want to be around this dude. He's messed up. They gave me the looks. They still do at times when they hear my story, but most people have finally gone through. It's like, look, you're not going to change me. This is what it did, and I'm going to support it. I'm going to inspire people, just like I'm doing now. And people don't like it, well, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Well, and I think that's really important. A really important point that you bring up is, even when life gets you down, I think it's really important to do your best to just stay positive. I know I've been there, Shane's been there, my husband's been there, where you get so low, it's just like Eeyore with a dark cloud following you everywhere you go, and it's really hard to push those negative thoughts out and the negativity, especially when you're at your lowest low. So when you're at your lowest low, think of your most favorite memory, think of your most favorite thing.
Yep.
I love rainbows, I love the ocean, I love the stars, the moon. So just simple things like that. It's just a little.
I agree
things.
On nature. Yep. And Bridget's even seen every time she's drumming down the road after work, she's like, dang, Shane, half the time you have your music in and you're singing, I can't get a hold of you. It's like, that's me, because I'm actually doing that now, and I'm actually writing music again. It's my inspiration comes from medicine. I can't think. I'm in pain. I got several back injuries. I had all this that happened. I didn't even think I was going to make it far. Nobody does. And I really am glad I did. I mean, even though at times I'm like, no, I want to die. I don't want to be here. I don't care anymore. I'd rather, just literally jump off a 3 freaking story building, a bridge. I don't care. Hang myself. I mean, I've had several attempts in the past, and my biggest thing is to help people. Like in doing this video is the biggest thing. That's why I'm moving around so much. I hate cameras. But I'm a musician, I'm still finding that. So I'm in training and doing this and public speaking and stuff I do. Don't get me wrong, I've always kind of had that nervousness and moving around. And unfortunately, the past hard drug use still caused a lot of adrenaline in my body and mind that's still clearing out. I constantly exercise, I'm sweating nonstop. I'm, doing what I can to inspire people. I'm always loving on people. Even if somebody needs a hug, hey, I'll give you a hug, motivating somebody, it's just, I know a lot of right places, right times now to do that because what cannabis has done.
Mm-hmm. And isn't it nice to be like clear-minded, to like not on all those pharmaceuticals and still be able to function and still be able to medicate, but be able to do what you need to do every day without being depressed and anxious or having side effects from the depression medication or the pain medication.
Yeah, and it also gets me to do things like this. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is one of my cool little voices I do. I've done it for my kids, I've done it for the kids, I've done it for my little brother because I'm just cool like that. And one day I was playing Call of Duty, Nazi Zombies, my little brother. And all of a sudden, man, I saw a zombie coming after me. I said, bad zombie, no donut. This is what I do. Without medicine, I would be so depressed. Like I'm still battling depression and anxiety bad. That never left, unfortunately. And those are the last 2 things up here that I have to get rid of. Everything else is like clear. Mm-hmm. I felt like a cannonball just got shot at a pirate ship, sank in 1 hit. And this is like 3,000 man crew, like 50 foot, like Titanic style. Something like so bad hit it. But when all that went away, this isn't as bad, but it's still kind of one of those little itty bitty things in a big boom package. Yeah. So it's those days, the depression really triggers physical trauma and gets you down. But without it, I want to be able to be happy. I want to be able to be joyful, from time to time. But the biggest trick I've learned, I have to, though, say sometimes I'm just broke. I can't afford my medicine. I mean, like I said, I'm homeless. I do my best, but I'm back now, getting to work again slowly. Just have to change a career. I got 5 high reference letters and things I've never done before. I got a volunteer peer support. I got one from the current church I'm attending. I got one from for kitchen management. I mean, these are the kind of things I've done since. Like, I'm never I've always said I'm never going to serve in a church. I'm never going to be a kitchen manager. I've worked in kitchens. I'm never going to be this. I'm never going to be this. It leaves you down 2 years when you have all those problems. You have no motivation usually, except for, okay, I'm going to work at home to fight, be as loving as possible. And I'm an empath, always have been, especially, from my heritage. We always have that spiritual empathy. But you don't have it when you're loved. It's just like, you need love. You can't love too much sometimes when you need help. We need to back up again and be happy. And, I have to use mind over matter a lot. It's not just the medicine. It was mind over matter, meditation, clearing my mind. You have to find some where you can go, like Bridget said, I go to the river a lot. And that's usually where I smoke, or hide out, or just walk, whatever, and enjoy nature, mountains, trees, whatever I can. And that's my peace. I hide away from people like, this is a good day, or some days I'm like, I don't care. I'm still smoking. I'm having a crappy day. I'm going for another walk. Yep. Exercise, because I have all that adrenaline still built up. But I was like, cool, at least I found a success path. And Bridget's seen it too. I'll sit there with my headphones. I have to get my phone back right now, my headphones. But I'll sit there walking up the street and I'll be singing metal and people can hear it, or singing. And she's always like, dang it, Shane, one of these days I'm going to get you without your headphones on. And sure enough, it happened to be after I pawned my phone.
Yep.
After like a month, she's like, dang it, Shane, one of these days. So, but it doesn't, I can focus. I'm not distracted. I'm not in pain. I mean, you name it, it's an all-in-one. You can go buy NyQuil at the store and go to sleep because you're sick with a cold. Well, there's cannabis for you, for me.
And NyQuil, by the way, everything. Will totally knock me out versus cannabis.
Mine does the opposite. Cannabis just goes, when I get enough, and I'm good night. Wake up, huh? Oh, man. All right, what else? Oh, yeah. Yep. All right, cool, let's get this day going. I feel a lot better. Mm-hmm. Happy. So, unless I'm in a bad mood, it's like, screw this day. I'm going to wake up, and I'm going to change it around. Give me an hour. Maybe 2.
Yep.
Get a cup of coffee, shower. Well, okay, now I'm going to go do my wake and bake.
Yep.
So, but, yeah, and for anybody who wants shares, please, but at the same time, don't openly, too much, blast, thing. That's my job. If I want to choose to share this video, that's my job, to do it. But yeah, share, with friends or something, like Bridget said, reach out to a few people, a person or two, inspire somebody. I just shared it to 25 different groups, so. Well, that's a different story, though. You got the permission because I'm with you. You know what I mean? But, just don't, just, bust it out, you know what I mean? Like her, she can do it because I'm letting her. She's the lady that's interviewing me, so she gets put to her advocacy groups. You gotta ask my permission, outside of that. That's what I mean. But share it to your friends, have them watch the video, show this is what it's done. If you need somebody that inspired to get their card, or rather see them switch to natural, it can help them get off alcohol. It didn't me. I've known a lot of people I've helped that's stayed away too, and all they had to do is change their path and keep it going. And I inspire people to do the same and show them what everything can do. Yep. So. Well, I want to say thank you so much for sharing your stories, Shane. I think it's really important for people to be able to put a face to the stories. A lot of times I just read the stories, so it really makes it real for people and kind of helps people realize that they're not alone when they're struggling with pain or depression or anxiety. So please, that's our main thing. Don't feel alone, you guys. There are lots of us out here struggling also. So I want to see a bunch of love in that screen. If you have any questions for Shane, feel free to put it in the comments. He'll check his Facebook later and get back to you guys. Friend him on Facebook. He just started his Facebook. I know a lot of us, we try to steer clear of the people that just started. It's kind of a red flag for us, but Shane Stamper is true. He just started his Facebook and he only has 3 friends, guys. So Four.
Come on. Four.
Man. And one of them is an actually famous rapper out of Alabama for, what you want to call Christianity. Well, I don't live with myself. I just believe, I believe that because my people were there too, but I'm not going to preach to you about that. I'm just saying. But he's even one of my friends, and I'm actually a singer-songwriter, like I told you. So, and he's actually has one of my songs still doing his podcast and everything, and getting ready to, hopefully, here soon, which I have a good feeling, the song's going to pop up, and I'm working on another one, and he's going to, be able to do music with me, or help me. So, and that's odd. I added him, and he accepted it, and I felt him with me, helping me too. Like, believe it or not, people call me crazy, but I feel people praying like are there, like spiritually. And he was one of them. Like, I sensed it before all this. And, I've sensed Bridget, I've sensed her husband. I've sensed a few people, like, in my struggles, like, uh-oh, we feel something. Like, they're open to that, And I want to be people open to the same, to say, hey, reach out. You're never alone. If you know somebody's even struggling. I've had a lot of things that didn't work for me, but there's always something that works for somebody. And the one thing that I do that I know works, and like I said, I have volunteer peer support throughout my community, is be a peer. Somebody, talk to them. If you know, okay, it's good for them, talk to them. If you don't know, don't. Steer away from it. Don't get yourself all, in trouble or, like, well, you have to. Well, no. Their choice. But, save as many lives. Even just one, like Bridget said, too. Maybe three, at least one. Whatever can happen, happen. But do your best to basically take this into consideration, what life is about, because I almost didn't have one many times, and I am grateful to be alive. So save a life.
Save a life, guys. You heard it first from Shane Stamper. Thank you guys for a great show. Thank you, Shane. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Love you.
Yeah, I love you too. And this is one cool lady I recommend her to many people, her and her husband. I've seen how many people they're there for. If you need a friend, as long as she's not too busy. Trust me, she gets a lot of phone calls. I've tried.
Yeah, very busy. I work 12 days a week. Oh, wait, there's only 7? What? All right,
like
guys. I know, right? All right, thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next Token Tuesday at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time. Make sure you check out my YouTube, like and subscribe it, share it with your friends. Bridget's Cannabis Corner. Check out my Instagram. I do most of my work through Facebook. All my lives come through Facebook, and then I upload them to YouTube. Shout out to Castle, Patient Story Day. Castle is our team that we built, stands for Kicking Ass, Saving Lives. So we're doing a lot of great work, and thank you guys for all your support. You want to say good night?
I want to show something. Where's that comment? And where was it? It says, you got a friend in New York.
Oh, that was Robert.
Robert's like, you just made a friend in NYC. You awesome, dude.
Woo!
Add me if you want on Facebook. I'm on the list. I'm on Bridget's Facebook. She can't find me. I'm the one dude just sitting there on the couch looking all hillbilly style. My picture. Yeah, I'm from the South too. So what's up, y'all?
Yeah, well, we're in Montana too.
Well, mom's side's up here. Dad was in Virginia, so I got the North and the South in me. Ain't that kind of odd? And I'm gypsy and I'm born in Germany. Man, I'm so mixed up. Where do I go from here? All right, peace out, y'all.
Bye, guys. Peace, love, and cannabis.